Oh, I can multitask. I can do seven things at the same time. I can scroll on Instagram and I can do my work and I can check the YouTube comments and I can see if there's another video that I want to watch at the same time. If that's you, then you are living a lie and I want to help you as much as possible. Do not click off this video if you are looking to focus. Full screen the video. Don't look at the comments. Don't look at the video that you could be watching. Don't be texting somebody on WhatsApp or iMessage, or don't do any of that stuff. Pay attention to what I'm going to be talking about, because this will help you more than anything else in your entire life. And the reason why I say that is because focus is so important. You cannot waste your time looking at other things and trying to multitask when there's one thing that's required to get done and you have to do that thing. Welcome to the video. My name's Steven. This is Steven Rants 9. I'm not going to edit these videos. I don't edit the rants, and I try not to edit a lot of my videos because what I'm talking about is very important, and I want you to pay attention because you're enjoying what I'm saying and because what I'm saying is helping you out, and not because there's a bunch of pictures of all this crap on the screen and there's dopamine and all this shit and it's frying your fucking brain. I don't want that crap. And if you need dopamine to pay attention, go fucking scroll on TikTok. Go find those Minecraft videos with the people doing parkour, and don't watch this shit because this isn't pertaining to you. But if you're clicked on this video and you're trying to focus, there's a good chance that you have a really good reason to be focused. So don't waste your time and click off this video. I encourage you to watch the entire video till the end, not because I'm trying to get more viewers, but literally just to help you out. I couldn't care about viewers. All right, I want you to watch this to the end and get the information I'm going to give you and get the help you need. With that being said, how to focus. First, I want to talk about multitasking. A lot of times, people think that they can multitask. I can scroll on my phone and I can watch a YouTube video and I can eat and I can do all this crap at the same time. That is horrible for your brain. And I'm going to tell you why. Because every moment that passes, there's multiple moments that pass in this amount of time. And you can even think about right now during this video, a lot of moments have passed. But if you continue to multitask, like you can't do two things in the same moment. You know how you've heard if you rub your head, you can rub your head and pat your stomach at the same time, you can multitask? That's bullshit. That's just like that doesn't prove that you can multitask. Like, let's just use a basic example, and I've been this person before. You're trying to work and you're also smoking weed, right? It's just weed. It doesn't interrupt my work. You're sat down, you have your laptop open, and while you are doing your work, you lean over, you grab the bong, you light it, smoke comes up, hit it, and then you release it, and the smoke comes out. 30 seconds has passed right there, but you've lost your train of thought. Your thought was completely focused on your work, and now your thought has gone, maybe I should smoke. I'm going to smoke. I need the lighter. I'm going to light this. I'm going to put this up to my mouth, and then I'm going to, pull the thing and let the smoke come out, right? Then you smoke, you start coughing a little bit, and then you kind of feel a bit more relaxed. Now you go back to your work. But then you're sitting there while you're working, and now you have these thoughts coming up, and you decide to start thinking about them, right? So the thoughts come up, and then the thought is, maybe I should smoke again. And you're like, well, I could smoke again, but I need to get this work done, and I can keep smoking, or maybe I should wait like 5 minutes. It cuts your attention away from the thing. So instead of working completely, you're thinking about, should I smoke again? And then you finally decide to smoke again. And it's like you can't fully fucking concentrate, because to fully concentrate on something takes a little bit of time to get into. I'll tell you this right now. This is probably the second time I've sat down to make this video. And the first time I made the video, I didn't like it, and I just fucked off. This time, my camera died in the middle of the video. My mic died the second time that I tried to fucking do it. And this is the third take of the second time I tried to sit down. However, this time I'm completely focused. I have nothing I haven't even touched my phone the entire day, except to turn on this video. I haven't touched my fucking phone. And I will sit here and do this video if it's the last thing I ever fucking do. But if I'm sitting here trying to smoke weed and read and answer text messages, you can see how that starts to fuck with the brain. And actually, it's been said that answering a text message, distracts you from your work for 15 minutes. 15 minutes it takes you to get back focused. A text message. So what makes you think that anything else can change that? So you can't multitask. The Pomodoro technique is bullshit. And when I say the Pomodoro technique, I'm talking about 30 minutes of work, 5 minutes of break, 30 minutes of work, 5 minutes of break, 30 minutes of work. I think it's like 15 minutes of break, whatever. It's bullshit. And the ruling around that is that the human mind can only pay attention for 30 minutes. Fuck that. I want to say that the human mind can actually, the average human mind can only pay attention for about 15 seconds, maybe less than that. Because our attention span has usually been forced into TikTok scrolling. Every video is a minute long, and it's like you decide if you want to watch it within the first 3 seconds. And I saw Andrew Huberman talking about this recently in like videos of this stuff, where there was like a little kid and he was like playing Minecraft on his iPad and swiping on TikTok at the same time. So he's like playing Minecraft, swiping, and it's actually funny because while he's like doing a swipe and playing Minecraft, he's also like not multitasking. He's playing Minecraft and then he stops playing Minecraft and like swipes, and he's just standing there in the field on Minecraft, right? He's not multitasking. However, the dexterity between when he was playing and then like actually swiping was insane. And this kid was like fucking 5 years old. And then videos of kids watching TV at dinner, they're with their little iPhone or iPad propped up against the wall. And then like little kids, I saw this was scary to me, but it was like a 3 year old, and she was like in her sleep and she was doing this in her sleep. And then like another 3 year old was crying because they didn't have their iPad, and while they were just like they were like twitching and like doing this, how like a smoker gets all like panicky when they can't find their vape. It's the same thing, except it's this little kid trying to scroll on their phone. It's horrible how little you can pay attention. The Pomodoro technique, though, is stupid because you can actually pay attention for long hours and hours at a time. But people don't pay attention because they're so used to fucking scrolling. So if you stop scrolling as often and you focus on what the fuck you're doing, you can probably pay attention. We've gone over why you can't multitask. We've gone over the Pomodoro technique. Let's also go over why focus is so important. If you are given an allotted amount of time to work on something, you need to put as much effort into that one thing as possible. Because the more effort you can put into what you're doing, the more you can focus on what you're doing, the more likely you are to get further ahead than someone who can't, because you can't change the time. You have 10 hours in a day that you're working, and if 5 of those hours you're fucking scrolling on TikTok and thinking about bullshit, you're going to lose to the person that doesn't have to do that. Because if you can focus, you can beat everyone else out. Now I'm just going to give you a couple quick tips on how to focus more. So, first and foremost, clean your environment, and I'm not talking about just your room and like where you work. I'm talking about your laptop, your phone. Um, my desktop has nothing on it. I hope you can see this, but this is my desktop. It is completely clean. Um, I was working with these two things, but like literally, I'm about to delete those. And then these are just some folders with my crap. But like, I don't have anything on my fucking desktop. And actually, I heard someone recently say that it's good to even just get rid of all this shit on the bottom and just have like your browser, and that's it on the bottom. On my phone, maybe I'll show a picture of what my phone screen looks like. My phone screen is black and white. There's a widget with how long my screen time is, and there's 4 or 8 apps on there. It's like the calendar app. It's like the calendar app, the weather app, the notes, my meditation app, and like an app for work, Lead Connector. And I think that's it. I don't, maybe iMessage, but I don't know. I think there's a very minimalistic amount of apps on my home screen, because if you have all this bullshit on your fucking home screen, every single time you turn on your phone, you'll see those and have thoughts that are tied to each one of those apps on your phone, right? Like you'll see the Instagram app and then you'll start thinking about Instagram and stuff on Instagram and all this crap. Get everything off your phone. The other tip that I would give is grayscale. So go from all the blue colors and all the fucking shit. Grayscale your phone. That way your phone is just boring and you don't even want to look at it. And I also like to put my phone on really, really dim. And there's a way that you can turn off the raise to wake. I haven't done it, but I'm gonna do it because actually a minute ago my phone like pinged or like I just moved it and it turned on, and I didn't even want to look at it. I've been so far away from technology and any of that crap today, it's not even fucking funny. I've been specifically just working. I don't even know what time it is. I don't even know what day it is. Like I've just been fucking zoned in. Clean your space. And If you want to make the argument like, oh, there's this one entrepreneur that I know and his space isn't clean, he doesn't keep his space clean, or like I've literally heard this before. Like, there's probably people out there that don't have clean rooms and they still make a lot of money. You're not that fucking person. So don't try to make that argument and say that, oh, well, just because so and so does it, I can do it too. You're not that fucking person. You can't focus with a bunch of crap in your background. I promise. Your attention span just moves all over the place. I have fucking 7 books on this desk right here, and I have a thought that gets attached to every single one of those books as I look at them. My blinds right here, there's like a little bit of dust on them that I can see. And then the thought, hey, I should probably dust that. And if you're a big thinker and you really get too into it, you might get the fuck up. Like I literally might have turned this video off right now and gotten the fuck up and like gone and got like pledge and like cleaned the fucking blinds. But that's not the priority right now. I read this book called Don't Believe What You Think. It came in the mail a couple days ago and I read it as soon as I got it, top to bottom. And which is, by the way, when you do the stuff that's required to focus more often, you can actually sit there and read a book for fucking 2-3 hours and not be interrupted. Imagine how much work you could do if you could read a book for 2 or 3 hours and not be interrupted by your thoughts. Imagine how much better you would be. I read this book, and the main takeaway from Don't Believe What You Think is there's a difference between thoughts and thinking. So thoughts pop up. Thinking is when you let the thought linger. So thinking is when you decide to put energy into the thought. So for example, my dog could get up right now and we would both look at the dog on my arm. But then thinking about it is what ties actions to it, what ties energy to it that you don't need to do, right? So dog pops up here. You have the thought, hey, look at that dog. I would look too, and then I'd look back at the video and we continue discussing, or I'd continue explaining this video. But I could have the dog pop up and I'm like, oh my God, bro, get out of here, and like push him and get like angry about it. Or even be happy and like give in, like, hey buddy, how's it going? Now I've lost focus. So here are my quick tips to help you focus more. Clean your environment. That's the first one. And I already talked about that. The second one is meditating. I would 100% try to meditate as much as you can. Meditating is the art of breathing. It's the art of getting used to sitting still. And if you can meditate for 10, 15 minutes a day, you might not notice it at first, but over time, you will start to think clearer and be able to focus more, right? Like you'll have a thought and it'll go away. I've caught myself saying, oh, you know what? I'm going to fuck off this workout. I'm going to go home. And then it's like, I'm actually, no. That's the thought that comes up, right? The thought is, I'm going to leave, fuck this workout. But the action that gets taken is, but I need to finish it, so I'm going to finish it, right? That's what meditating does. Or like if you're working and in the middle of your work session, you just randomly think, I'm going to start scrolling on Instagram. If you meditate, that goes away. Like those thoughts go away. Another thing that I would recommend doing is I actually learned this from a video that I watched recently on Focus because I did some research before making this video. And this guy was saying, and I'm going to start this actually today. I haven't tried it yet, but I want to mention it because I thought it was interesting. This guy was saying basically you get like a notepad and you keep it next to you at all times. And while you're working, if you have a thought that distracts you from your work, you just write down whatever that thought was on the notepad. And if you do that for like 30 days, you'll start to be able to control those thoughts as they show up into your work environment. And you'll be able to control those thoughts as they pull up in your work environment. And like it's just interesting, even just paying attention to this video, right? Like I've been recording this video for a little bit. I've been here the entire time. I haven't been like my brain hasn't been all over the place. And if you look at this video compared to earlier videos, you can see like a lot less cuts. You can see a lot more clear thinking because I'm so here now and I've gotten better at focus. I'm pretty comfortable behind the camera now, but also I can focus on this video. Clean your environment, meditate, write down your thoughts whenever you're working. And the last tip that I want to give is the morning. When you wake up in the morning, don't pull out your phone and start Snapchatting people and texting people. get up. If you have like a little bit of a morning routine, go ahead and do it. I know like there's kind of this weird stipulation like, oh, you don't need a morning routine to be successful. Here's the thing: in the earlier stages, and I would consider myself in the earlier stages, right? I'm only 2 years in. In the earlier stages, you have to have some form of ritual to get you into the routine for the day, especially if you don't know how to focus well enough. So it's like you're getting into the habit of not thinking, right? Because all right, if I get up, I have to do some push ups, I have to meditate, I have to gratitude journal, and I have to read my goals. That's my morning routine. And I make my bed. It's not written on my fucking habit tracker because I just make my bed and it's just like what I do. But that's part of my morning routine. But I will say this, I didn't do my morning routine today. I made my bed because I won't not make my bed because I just like it like that. I haven't meditated, looked at my goals, or gratitude journaled yet because I was just so ready to get to work. However, if you're just starting out, I would spend time doing those things, really enforcing the morning routine. I wouldn't go over like 3 or 4 activities. Try not to make your morning routine longer than 30 minutes. But if you can get to work quicker and concentrate, you will be a lot more productive. I would recommend actually going to the gym in the afternoon. If you go to the gym in the morning, that's okay, but I usually go in the afternoon. And the reason I go in the afternoon is because I don't want to make decisions that don't need to be made early in the day. Like you reach decision fatigue. So apparently the human mind makes like 37,000 decisions a day. I don't want to spend my first 10,000 decisions in the gym wondering what music to play, if I'm going to go talk to this girl or not, or if I'm going to go talk to my friend or not, or what workout to hit, or what weight to hit. I don't want to, all those are decisions. I'm not going to waste my first 10,000 decisions in the gym. And then also the music is loud, and like you go from this really loud and violent environment to then like a peaceful and quiet environment. I would rather go from a peaceful environment to a loud environment. Like after I finish working for the day and like when I go to the gym, oh yeah, bro, like I'm ready to go crazy. I don't give a shit. I'm ready to fucking pump out a workout. But in the morning, when I get up for the day, it's like it's peaceful here. I have been around no people today. I haven't looked at my phone. I've been in complete zen the whole morning. And that's because I got up, I worked, I've paid attention to what I'm supposed to be doing, and everything has gone pretty well. So, my 4 tips are clean your environment, and that's not your room, that's also your internet environment. Meditate, get up at a decent time, and don't look at bullshit and don't stimulate yourself early in the morning before you work, and write down your thoughts while you're working so that way you can see what's distracting you. And those are my tips. I really hope that help you focus. If you still believe in multitasking by the end of this video, um, that's crazy that you even watched this whole video, man. That's crazy. But seriously, I want you to take some of the stuff I've talked about and use them in your life. Because if you leave this video and you do not change your behavior, you have not learned. If you do the 4 things I told you to do and you stop believing in multitasking and the fucking Pomodoro technique or whatever bullshit, and you focus, I promise you, you will get a lot more done. And if this video has helped you out, I'd love to know in the comment section. Let me know. Come back to this video later. Like the video so you can come back to it. And thank you for watching. I will see you in the next one. Have a wonderful day. Stop scrolling on social media because it's terrible for you.